There comes a moment in every life when the impossible begins to feel possible, not because circumstances changed, but because the mind awakened. Today is that moment. Today you discover how manifestation becomes effortless when you learn to live in the vibration of divine expectancy, the state where what you desire begins moving toward you the moment you believe it is already yours. Divine expectancy begins with understanding that the universe does not respond to hesitation but to conviction. The first keynote teaches that supply is activated the moment you expect your good without wavering. Most people live in a state of half-belief, where they hope something will happen, but secretly prepare for its opposite. This split in energy weakens the very signal they send out. True expectancy is a mental and emotional alignment where your thoughts, feelings, and inner dialogue all point in one direction. It is the inner recognition that supply already exists in the unseen and is waiting for your acceptance. Imagine a seed hidden in the soil. The seed contains the blueprint for a full tree, but the tree appears only after the seed receives what it needs. In the same way, your desires contain their own blueprint, and they begin to unfold when your expectation becomes the nourishment that activates their growth. Every dream that rises in your heart is connected to spiritual supply, and expectancy is the key that unlocks it. When you expect something with clarity, you open an invisible channel through which the universe can deliver. You essentially set the table for the blessing you believe is coming. Doubt closes this channel because doubt signals that you are not ready to receive. Expectancy widens it by showing that you trust what is already yours in the unseen realm. Many people misunderstand manifestation because they believe supply must be created. In truth, supply is already established. You are not asking life to create your good. You are aligning yourself to receive what already exists in potential. Expectancy is the bridge between the invisible idea and the visible result. When you expect abundance, you are telling the universe that you recognize the presence of abundance even before it appears. When you expect healing, you are acknowledging the deeper truth that health is your spiritual reality regardless of the current physical condition. When you expect success, you align with the idea that success belongs to you because it is part of your life plan. This alignment is not forced, it is not anxious, it is not desperate. It is calm, steady, and confident. You hold the energy of one who knows something good is unfolding, and this knowing draws your good closer in ways that surpass logic. As you cultivate this state of mind, you begin to notice subtle shifts. Opportunities that once felt distant begin to feel possible. People who can help you appear at the right time. Solutions show up from unexpected places. What you once believed required years of effort begins to happen with ease because expectancy changes your vibration, and your vibration changes your results. Expectancy is a creative force. It sets spiritual law in motion. It organizes circumstances, rearranges paths, and places you in alignment with what you desire. Many individuals experience moments of doubt during the process because the physical world may not yet reflect the outcome they want. However, expectancy does not rely on physical evidence. It relies on spiritual certainty. When you expect your good, you remain centered, even when the outer world appears unchanged. You trust that what you desire is already on its way, and that every experience is simply part of the preparation. The second keynote teaches that divine expectancy requires a shift from doubt to knowing. Doubt is the greatest interrupter of manifestation because it divides the mind. Doubt whispers that the desire may not come, or that you are unworthy of it, or that circumstances are too difficult. Knowing silences those whispers. Knowing is the quiet inner confidence that your desire already exists in the unseen and is moving toward you. This knowing is not wishful thinking, it is a spiritual conviction. It is built through awareness, repetition, and trust. Every time you affirm your intention with confidence, you strengthen this knowing. Every time you choose trust over fear, you reinforce it. Every time you imagine your desire as already accomplished, you deepen it. Knowing feels different from hoping. Hoping says maybe. Knowing says certainly. Hoping waits for permission. Knowing gives permission. Hoping watches the clock. Knowing trusts the divine timeline. When you shift from doubt to knowing, you step into a different dimension of manifestation. This shift begins with recognizing how doubt enters your mind. Doubt often appears when you look too closely at current conditions. You may look at your bank account, your relationships, or your circumstances, and think your desire is impossible. But manifestation is not built on what currently is. It is built on what you choose to align with. The visible world is simply a reflection of past beliefs and choices. The invisible world contains every possibility. When you begin to base your expectations on spiritual truth rather than physical appearances, your entire reality begins to change. This is where knowing becomes powerful. You train your mind to see beyond the surface. You teach yourself to feel the vibration of what you desire even before it arrives. You cultivate the emotional state associated with the outcome. You think like the person who already has it. You talk like the person who already has it. You carry yourself like the person who already has it. The more you immerse yourself in this state, the more your subconscious accepts it as truth. Once the subconscious accepts a truth, it begins rearranging your life to match it. Knowing also requires quieting the internal chatter that contradicts your intention. Many people unknowingly weaken their manifestation by entertaining thoughts of fear, comparison, or limitation. They begin the day believing in their desire but later allow old patterns to take over. Divine expectancy demands a consistent inner state. This does not mean perfection, it means awareness. When a thought of doubt arises, you gently redirect it. When fear tries to dominate, you return to trust. When confusion appears, you reaffirm clarity. Over time, this practice becomes natural. Doubt loses its power because you refuse to feed it. Knowing becomes your default because you continually return to it. Another important part of this shift is understanding that manifesting through divine expectancy is not about forcing an outcome. It is not about pushing or controlling. It is about aligning. You do not need to micromanage the universe. Your role is to hold the vibration of certainty. The universe will take care of the how and when. Many manifestations are delayed not because they are denied, but because the individual is too busy worrying about the details instead of trusting the process. Knowing teaches you to release the details and hold the vision. You remain focused on the essence of what you desire, not the exact path it must take. This creates space for the universe to deliver in ways that surprise you. As you continue to build this knowing, you begin to feel a subtle inner shift. You feel lighter, more confident, more aligned. You stop comparing your journey to others because you recognize your path is unique. You stop fearing setbacks because you understand they are simply redirections. You stop questioning your worthiness because you recognize that every desire that enters your heart is already yours in potential. This shift from doubt to knowing transforms your entire life. It strengthens your intuition. It sharpens your awareness. It deepens your connection with the divine. You walk with a quiet confidence that others can feel even if they cannot explain it. You radiate the energy of someone who trusts their journey. Your desires respond to this energy. They begin to move toward you with greater speed and clarity. You attract ideas that guide you. You draw people who support you. You magnetize opportunities that align with your vision. The universe becomes cooperative because you have become aligned. Divine expectancy becomes a way of living rather than a technique. It becomes your natural state, and from that state manifestation becomes simple, fluid, and powerful. Your words carry a creative force that shapes the direction of your life, and the third keynote reveals the power behind this truth. Many people speak carelessly without realizing that their words are planting seeds in the subconscious mind. Every statement you repeat becomes a blueprint for what you eventually experience. When your words contradict your desires, you create inner conflict that slows or blocks your manifestation. You cannot speak lack and expect abundance, just as you cannot speak fear and expect courage to dominate your life. The subconscious mind responds to the frequency of your language, and it does not question whether your words are intentional or habitual. It simply accepts whatever is spoken with emotion and repetition. This is why the words you choose must match the outcome you want. The moment your language aligns with your vision, you send a clear signal to the universe that you are ready for your blessings to become real. Your words are more than sounds, they are instructions. Every sentence you speak directs your energy and programs your belief system. When you speak confidently about your desires, you reinforce your expectation and strengthen your manifestation. When you speak in doubt, you weaken your vibration and create delays. The universe responds to clarity, and your words are one of the clearest forms of direction you can give. They either pull your desires closer or push them further away. Many individuals unknowingly sabotage their journey by making statements rooted in limitation. They say things like, "This never works for me," or "I do not think this will happen," or "Maybe I am not meant for this." These statements become self-fulfilling prophecies because the subconscious mind begins organizing experiences to match them. The moment you choose language that supports your vision instead of weakening it, you shift your entire path. Changing your words begins with awareness. You must listen to yourself the way you would listen to someone you care deeply about. Notice the tone you use when you talk about your goals. Notice the phrases that slip out when you are frustrated or tired. Notice the way you react when someone asks you about your dreams. These moments reveal your true expectations. The purpose is not to judge yourself, but to become conscious, because consciousness gives you the power to choose differently. When you catch yourself speaking in ways that contradict your desire, gently redirect your language. Replace every limiting phrase with one that supports your intention. Over time, these new statements reprogram your subconscious mind and create a new foundation for your manifestation. Words are strengthened by emotion. When you speak with conviction, the universe feels your certainty, your energy becomes firm, and your manifestation accelerates. This is why affirmations are powerful when spoken with feeling rather than monotony. Emotion amplifies intention. When you speak about your desires with enthusiasm and confidence, you activate a powerful magnetic field around you. You begin to feel like the version of yourself who already has what you are calling in, and this feeling aligns you with the outcome you seek. Speaking your desire as if it is already unfolding builds momentum. It creates a rhythm that pulls your manifestation into form. Words aligned with expectation create harmony in your mind, in your emotions, and in your energy. The fourth keynote teaches that divine timing is activated through trust rather than anxiety. Many people understand the concept of divine timing, but struggle in practice because waiting triggers fear, impatience, or self-doubt. They believe that worry somehow helps the outcome arrive faster, yet worry only creates resistance. Manifestation requires surrender, not strain. When you trust the timing of your life, you place yourself in flow with the universe. You allow things to unfold in the way that best serves your growth, your alignment, and your highest purpose. Anxiety disrupts this flow. Anxiety sends a message that you do not believe things will work out unless you force them. This tension slows the manifestation process because the universe responds to the energy you hold, not the words you speak. Trust does not mean passively waiting. Trust means taking inspired action without fear. It means doing what you can with a calm heart while believing that the rest will unfold in your favor. Trust creates peace, and peace opens doors. When you trust divine timing, delays do not shake you, obstacles do not discourage you, and detours do not confuse you. You begin to recognize that timing is a form of protection and preparation. Sometimes the universe needs to rearrange circumstances before your manifestation can enter your life. Sometimes you need to grow into a version of yourself who can sustain the blessing. Sometimes the people connected to your desire need to be positioned correctly. This is why trust is essential. Trust keeps you aligned even when you cannot see the progress unfolding behind the scenes. Anxiety causes you to push, grasp, and force outcomes prematurely. It makes you doubt your worth, your path, and your intuition. It keeps you in a state of emotional turbulence where manifestations struggle to land. Trust does the opposite. Trust stabilizes your energy. It keeps you grounded and receptive. It opens your awareness so you can notice opportunities rather than overlook them. It allows you to follow intuitive nudges that guide you step by step toward your desire. Trust is a magnet. Anxiety is a repellent. When you choose trust, you signal to the universe that you are ready, willing, and open to receiving what belongs to you. Living in trust is a practice, not a switch. You cultivate it daily by redirecting your thoughts whenever impatience tries to take over. You anchor yourself in belief by remembering past experiences where things worked out better than expected. You build trust by acknowledging that everything has a rhythm, and every blessing arrives at the perfect moment. Trust grows stronger each time you refuse to let fear dictate your state of mind. Over time, trust becomes your natural response. You begin to carry a calm confidence that others can feel. You walk with a sense of assurance that your desires are already on their way. You stop rushing your life because you understand that what is meant for you cannot pass you by. When your words align with your vision and your trust aligns with divine timing, manifestation becomes an effortless dance between intention and surrender. You speak with clarity, you trust with openness, and you move through life with the confidence of someone who knows that the universe is always working behind the scenes in their favor. Expectancy opens doors that effort alone cannot open, because expectancy works on the level of energy, while effort works on the level of physical action. Many people believe that success comes only from hard work, pressure, and constant struggle, yet there are countless moments in life where opportunities appear not because of force, but because of alignment. When you hold the vibration of expectancy, you become a magnet for the right circumstances. You move through life with a quiet inner confidence that naturally attracts situations that match your belief. This state is not rooted in arrogance, but in spiritual alignment. You expect good because you understand that good is already prepared for you. You expect breakthroughs because you know the universe has endless ways of delivering them. You expect success because you believe that every desire within you has a pathway through which it can unfold. Effort is valuable, but effort without expectancy often leads to exhaustion. People push, struggle, and hustle while carrying an inner belief that nothing will work in their favor. This creates resistance, and resistance blocks results. Expectancy releases this resistance. When you expect something with clarity and confidence, you create a fertile ground for manifestation. Your actions become guided instead of forced. You begin taking steps that feel natural, intuitive, and aligned. You receive insights that guide you more efficiently than effort alone ever could. You meet individuals who help you move forward with ease. You stumble into opportunities that feel perfectly timed. This is because expectancy adjusts your energy to match the frequency of your desire, and energy alignment attracts experiences that effort alone cannot cultivate. There are moments in life when two people do the same amount of work, yet one experiences extraordinary results while the other struggles endlessly. The difference is often their internal state. One believes something good is coming, the other doubts their chances even while trying hard. The person who expects success moves through obstacles with a calm determination. They take setbacks as temporary. They continue forward because they believe the outcome is guaranteed. This mindset invites solutions. It creates a mental atmosphere where the mind becomes more creative, more open, and more attuned to possibilities. On the other hand, the person who doubts the outcome tends to give up early or make decisions rooted in fear. Their energy signals that they are not ready to receive, and the universe responds accordingly. Expectancy is not about ignoring reality. It is about holding a higher truth than what you see in the moment. When you cultivate expectancy, your perception changes. You notice options that were invisible before. You feel drawn toward ideas that move your life forward. You trust your intuition more deeply because you believe in the unfolding of your path. Intuition becomes louder when expectancy becomes stronger. The universe communicates through impulses, nudges, and inner guidance, but this guidance is often drowned out by fear or doubt. Expectancy quiets the noise and helps you hear what you need to hear. This is why expectancy opens doors that effort alone cannot open. It allows you to move with clarity and inner knowing. You begin to sense where to go, what to do, and when to act. Manifestation becomes a partnership between you and the divine, instead of a one-sided struggle. The sixth keynote reveals that gratitude amplifies expectancy and accelerates manifestation. Gratitude is one of the most powerful energies available to you because gratitude places you in harmony with abundance. When you express gratitude for what you already have, you affirm to the universe that you recognize your blessings. This recognition strengthens your trust, raises your vibration, and prepares you to receive more. Gratitude also dissolves fear and worry because it shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present. This shift opens your heart and calms your mind, creating the perfect environment for manifestation to unfold. Many people wait until they receive their desires to feel grateful. They hold their gratitude hostage to future events. But spiritual law works differently. Gratitude must come before the manifestation. You give thanks as if your desire is already on its way, because this act of gratitude signals belief. Gratitude says, I trust what is coming. Gratitude says, I know my good is unfolding. Gratitude says, I am aligned with abundance. This energy accelerates the arrival of your manifestation because it eliminates resistance. When you feel grateful, you cannot feel fearful at the same time. When you feel grateful, doubt loses its power. When you feel grateful, your energy becomes open, receptive, and magnetic. Gratitude also helps maintain emotional stability during the waiting period. It keeps your heart steady when progress seems slow. It gives you strength to remain patient and confident. It fills your inner world with peace, while the outer world aligns itself to match your desire. This emotional stability is essential, because manifestation thrives in calm, centered energy. Anxiety pushes manifestation away, but gratitude pulls it closer. Gratitude reminds you that life has already worked in your favor many times before, and it will do so again. This remembrance strengthens your expectancy and creates a cycle where expectancy fuels gratitude and gratitude fuels expectancy. Practicing gratitude intentionally deepens your connection with the divine. You begin to see small blessings you once overlooked. You notice moments of protection, guidance, and synchronicity that were always present but ignored. The more you notice them, the more they multiply. The universe expands whatever you appreciate. When you appreciate abundance, you attract more abundance. When you appreciate progress, you experience more progress. When you appreciate opportunities, you draw more opportunities into your life. Gratitude turns your attention toward what is working rather than what is not, and what you focus on grows. Gratitude also elevates your emotional state to match the vibration of your desired outcome. Every desire has an emotional signature. Abundance carries joy. Healing carries peace. Love carries warmth. Success carries confidence. When you feel grateful, you naturally rise into the emotional state that mirrors your manifestation. You begin to embody the feeling of having what you want, and this embodiment accelerates its arrival. Gratitude transforms longing into receiving by shifting your energy from lack to fulfillment. Expectancy and gratitude work together as a powerful duo. Expectancy sets the vision. Gratitude energizes the vision. Expectancy directs the mind. Gratitude expands the heart. Expectancy calls the desire forward. Gratitude prepares you to receive it fully. When these two energies merge, manifestation becomes a natural flow rather than a struggle. You walk through life with confidence and appreciation. You trust your path and celebrate your progress. You hold your vision with clarity and enjoy every step of the unfolding. You live in harmony with divine timing, and your manifestations arrive with greater consistency and ease because your energy remains aligned and receptive. As you integrate these final keynotes into your life, you begin to experience a shift that touches every area of your existence. You no longer rely solely on physical effort to create your reality. You rely on alignment, expectancy, and gratitude. You move with a deep sense of trust. You cultivate emotional stability through appreciation. You speak with conviction. You act with confidence. You receive with openness. You embody the version of yourself that your manifestations require, and in this state you begin to witness doors opening, opportunities rising, and blessings unfolding in ways that affirm the truth that what belongs to you is always seeking you as surely as you are seeking it.